This is gonna go great, as always.
This is gonna be the best gashacast ever.
Damn right.
Are we in it now?
Yeah, we're in it now.
Hey, welcome to the gashacast. I'm your host, Sean. With me today is my ever-present co-host, Radical Apollo.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rad.
With us also are our special guests. First, Mage Button.
Just Mage. Hi everyone.
Just Mage. And also, Rob.
Hey, y'all.
Good no.
It's my intro.
How y'all doing?
Blocked.
Yeehaw!
It's my intro.
All of you are blocked.
Yeah.
So today we are thankfully covering a two-parter. So we've got a special episode for all of you with extra special, twice the episodes, twice the guest hosts.
Twice the bikes.
Twice the evil bullshittery.
Twice the
There's a lot of evil bullshittery.
Yeah, these episodes are full of the stuff. So, I didn't even try to do any news this week.
Well, there is
Alpha
one thing I
5
want to
looks
bring up.
ugly.
Oh, right. Thank you all for being on the pulse better than I am.
Alright, so can I do the thing?
Yeah.
Alright, yay.
What thing?
The news thing. Shut up, Brad.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this week had the reveal of the Alpha 5 that is going to be in the 2017 Power Rangers reboot movie, and it is ugly as sin.
It sucks.
It looks like it crawled out of the rejects pile of Tommy Oliver's Silent Hill.
He's my friend.
No,
It's
he's
not.
no one friend.
Alpha shouldn't look like this. If it was something else, it wouldn't be awful. But it's Alpha, and it shouldn't be Alpha, so it's bad.
Okay. Everyone propose your ideal alpha.
The one that's from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Where's the lightning bolt?
Not
Where's
that!
Don't give me.
I think that the little bit, like the bowl on top of its head, is supposed to be like filled with lightning and everything, which I guess is a alright way of doing that,
It's not.
but it's still
It's not.
bad.
Just
Ow,
put
the
the
edge.
lightning bolt. Can we have any colors in this movie at all? It is so washed out
No!
and just dark, and I can't see anything. And Alpha has like a weird gut and sticky outy eyes, and
Alpha
He's a gray.
Alpha looks, yeah, he looks like a gray. He looks like the celestial emissary from fucking Bloodborne.
Alpha 5 should not look like anything from Bloodborne. That's I hate this design team.
Okay, Alpha 5 shouldn't look like anything from Bloodborne does resonate with me, so I think I see y'all's point.
Quote of the podcast.
I talked about this a little bit after I saw the design, and I feel like for most of the designs in the movie, even if on a completely like writing based like level, the movie is great, the designs feel like they are so far off from their basis that it kind of just takes away from everything else. Like I don't see... If you showed this to anybody that was in the know of Power Rangers and said, hey, what does this look like to you?
Bad.
Well,
Like, what character does this look like to you? They would not be able to say that it looks like Alpha 5.
Well, the other day, when Rad sent me the Alpha 5 picture, my first instinct was, huh? Who's this Ultra Kaiju?
If it was an
Yeah.
Ultra Kaiju, it would be so much better. It looks like it's from, like, if it wasn't Alpha 5, like, if I divorced myself from the fact this is Alpha 5, it actually looks kind of cute, but, like...
Yeah, I mean...
It's a
I
spooky new
agree.
friend.
It'll be my friend when it's not Alpha 5.
It's not,
Yeah.
like, is it even
Alright,
gonna, is it even
everyone
gonna say
but me.
I?
Ay, my poor Rangers!
Who's the guy who's doing the voice for Alpha 5 again?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Someone,
I haven't been paying attention.
Someone who doesn't sound like Alpha 5, probably, because nothing in this movie can
Probably.
resemble anything of what it's based on.
Literally the only person I know who's going to be in this movie is the guy who played the meth guy in Breaking Bad.
Huh?
There's a lot
Oh,
of meth
Bryan
guys in
Cranston.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston.
Wait.
That.
He's gonna be in
He's
this
gonna be
movie?
Zordon.
Zordon.
Oh right, fucking I
He's
forgot.
gonna be the best part, probably.
Probably.
I can't wait to see Bryan Cranston talk to this fucking bloodborne abomination hell beast.
Y'all know Bill Hader?
Oh, he's Alpha 5.
Yeah.
I know David Hayter.
Man,
No, Bill Hader.
Bill Hader voicing Alpha 5 would be great if it didn't look like this. I don't want to hear Bill Hader's voice coming out of this thing. That's just gonna upset me.
Alright.
It's just a bummer. It's a bummer because like almost all of the designs, and I also said this in the exact same post that I'm talking about. All of the designs are good on a like base level. They are good and like nice looking and really nicely detailed. I like them as designs for things that I like, not really. As like redesigns for things, they're a bit too complicated. They're a bit too like hard to really nail down what kind of aesthetic they're going for outside of plain alien aesthetic. They're kind of just hard to look at as redesigns.
It's too edgy.
But all of that said, I actually do hope the movie does well, or at least there's like some good acting because the actors are really cute.
It looks like it's gonna be fine as far as that goes, but
It's just not going to be fun to look at.
I'm trying to look at this optimistically. Some things that I think are good signs is that Bill Hader did BB-8 and Fear in Inside Out, and in the announcement tweet for Bill Hader playing Alpha 5, they fronted it with I. So he's probably going to say that.
If he still acts like Alpha 5, then, you know, I'm fine with that. He'd probably be cute even with that weird design that he's got going on, but
You just got to wait and see.
still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The reveal is going to be, mark my words, them surprising the Rangers, and then one of the Rangers accidentally doing like a jump kick at them.
I mean, I'd jump kick that thing any day.
It'd probably be really scary to look at in real life.
It's horrible.
Like,
It's scary to look at as a picture. I feel like the Grudge is going to come out and kill me when I see this thing.
You have
You're gonna see
7
it
days.
seeing it moving is going to be scary. One thing that it kind of reminds me of is like those early designs for Epic Mickey, like from years and years ago,
Edge Mickey.
where like
Okay, don't shit on Epic Mickey. That game was fun.
I never played it. I'm kidding.
it was a fun game. I actually at the time, probably because I was a much edgier teen, really wanted the like earlier designs where everything was grim, dark, and horrible looking. But like, yeah, as it stands, it kind of feels like what that was trying to go for, but a bit more clean, I guess.
Also, can I change the topic about something else that I think we learned this week?
What?
Oh yeah.
It may just be me being behind on the times, but we actually learned what the Power Rangers Ninja Steel Morpher is going to be.
Is it going to be the same or different?
It's going to be different. It's not going to be the sword thing that the ninjas have. It's like, it looks like a 4-pronged shuriken where they put their ninja morpher stars and then spin it in the middle. So it'll be like the same basic thing, but completely different looking.
I think the ninjas used that like early on, but it was just a regular weapon, so they're just taking that and making it the morpher, which I like more than the sword. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, whenever Power Rangers changes the morpher, it's usually for the better. Like when they changed it, the morphers for the Jungle Fury Rangers to the Solar Morpher instead of
Yes.
the little Geki gloves. I really like those.
sunglasses are the best morphers in the franchise. Fuck everyone who says
I
otherwise.
can tolerate a lot of different henshin devices, and yeah, like glasses for me are fine, but there's something about gloves that is like, you can't transform with those. A wrist brace maybe, but not a glove. I don't know why.
I don't know
It's a
why
mystery.
either.
Those Geki Rangers, those wild kids using
I love
gloves.
Geki
need to-
Rangers. Shut the hell up.
I need to watch Geki Ranger.
Shut up.
I'm gonna get
Watch
to
it.
it eventually.
Watch
This
it.
podcast isn't about recommending shows. It's about talking about X8.
But watch
We
Legend
know.
Hero, though.
Watch Legend Hero.
Please.
I'm gonna watch Legend Hero
Okay.
Yeah.
because it looks really good.
It is. That's all I'll say. I'm done.
Anyways, we've got 2 episodes of X8 to cover, so let's get started. But don't even think about the boundaries of the 2 episodes. We're just gonna go by topic, and we're starting with Kiriya because I have so many things to say about Kiriya. But I want to hear you guys first.
All right. As like the second in command here, I'll talk about Kiriya first because fuck Alia.
Fuck you too.
Yeah. The thing about Kiriya in these 2 episodes is that even in the second episode where he takes like some steps back from the main focus, we got a good amount of story for him. Oh boy, he was like his stuff was really interesting. It seems like he got his like need to lie to people from a friend of his passing. And it was interesting seeing that because he seemed really strong about like not telling people that they're dying. For a like coroner who like experiences death all the time around him, he seemed very strongly willed about like not telling somebody that they're in mortal danger, because it's sometimes better to lie about that kind of thing.
He's making this very personal, when really you should probably tell people if you know that they're gonna die so that they can get their shit together.
Yeah.
No warnings. We die like men.
Yeah, I think that was something that like Excite subs made a little clearer for me because I watched the Speed subs first, and when they brought up that like the reveal that like he wasn't killed by a bugster, he was killed in a traffic accident. I think like the way it was subbed, like I didn't make the connection like, oh, he got in a traffic accident because he was so stressed out about being infected with the bugster. So I was like, how does this make sense? And then I watched Excite subs, and I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. The wording of this is better.
So you sort of put those 2 things together?
Yeah, because when I first watched it, I like the way it was revealed and the way it was worded in the subs, like it just made it seem like he was never infected with a bugster, and then Kiriya lied to him about that for some reason, and then he like just got in a totally random car accident, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. And then I rewatched it with different subs, and it did.
Yeah, I think that his friend just died in a random traffic accident and wasn't infected with the bugster is what Hero thinks happened, and that nobody in CR knows about this infection case.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised to hear you say that it's like, oh, he was so stressed out that he got into an accident, because my first thought was that he killed himself.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if they'll like specifically say that though, even if they imply it.
I don't know if that makes sense.
I feel like it could be taken either way. It's like a bit where you can leave it up to your imagination of what actually happened, because they're probably not going to go that much deeper into that at all. Like, I really doubt that they will. But the main idea behind it is that even when Kiriya is telling the truth, like, the truth in probably less words than he should, but the truth, the fact that he has lied so much for almost no reason, when he really... Well, there's a reason for it. It's not a really good reason for it. He says that he lied so that he could protect the people that are at the CR building, because they all believed in Dan in such a big way that they didn't want to, like, they didn't want to. He probably didn't want to just come off as a complete liar right off the bat with that. So why he lied in the first place was, questionable.
Mm-hmm.
But he says that he wants to protect them from it, meaning that he does seem to have like some care in his heart for the people at CR. Why? I don't know why yet, but maybe he does really want to act as a team member. Maybe he really does want to work together, but because of his weird compulsion to lie to protect people, it ended up making him the boy who cried wolf.
He's a lonely loser who just wants friends, and it made me upset. Cause if you'll remember last episode when I was on here, I talked about Kiriya a bit. I was not a fan of him.
You were very upset.
I was upset because he wasn't a robot and he wasn't a lady. And then episode 4 happened and he was just like a lying douche for no reason. And episode 7 like retroactively made episode 4 better. Because they explained why
so
he's
you
like
like
that.
it better now.
He's like my second favorite character on the show, and I'm pissed.
Yeah, this episode for me made him the second favorite character in the show for me as well. Emu is still probably my first favorite. But
This episode did a really good job of transitioning him from just a liar to someone who is misunderstood and sympathetic and who is telling the truth but not being believed.
It's how you should handle like an asshole character, by actually making you care about them instead of just being like, they're an asshole, isn't that charming?
oh boy, how about that Taiga? We'll talk about Taiga in a bit. That fucking asshole. I fucking hate Taiga.
He does not deserve a Jetman reference.
He does not deserve a Jetman reference.
Those are my birds.
Hey, Jetman's problematic.
I don't care.
Jetman's
He
bad, but
doesn't
it's my
deserve-
second favorite, so...
The
Taiga Hanaya is almost as bad as Guy.
Yes and
Nate, what do
no.
you think of Kiriya?
Mate,
Oh, what?
what do you think of Kiriya?
I honestly have really nothing else to add on to what you guys were saying. I do believe that his character got better when we learned more about his motivations. And I think that's true for like almost all the characters in the show so far, because they're douchebags. Let's be real here. They're all kind of douchebags except for M. But like when we're learning more about their characters' motivations and why they do shit that they do and all that bullshit, I really think that the show and the characters are benefiting from it. And that's really all I have to say on that front about Kiriya. I just really want to talk about Taiga.
All right, then we'll let you talk.
Hold on.
Taiga.
Hold on. There's one more thing that I want to say about Kiriya, and it is his last line before the end of the 7th episode, and it's that he warned Emu about anybody that, like, not to trust people right off the bat in regards to him, but he was actually pointing at Dan.
I didn't make a note of that. That's pretty smart.
Oh, shit.
Like, that is one of my favorite things that happened in the show so far as a whole. Him saying you shouldn't trust people willy-nilly like that. Walking off. And, like, it was so... It wasn't, like, really nuanced or anything. But
Yeah.
it was so nice.
And
It was so nicely put that, like, he wanted to protect Emu, but because he was blown the fuck out like he was, that nothing he would say would be regarded as true by Emu at that point. So all he could say was something smug but true.
Well,
so great.
what I'm thinking is what makes it kind of genius is that it takes the idea of like telling someone, okay, don't trust anyone, and instead of it being the like negative, like corrupting influence thing, it turns around into how it's this secretly this positive warning of like how he gives a shit.
Yeah, like that little bit at the end of the episode with him walking off like that was my favorite character moment of his. Like, he was so hurt by just, like, nobody believes him now because he was the boy who cried wolf, and all he could do was say that one thing, and that was probably enough.
Yeah, and the twist leading up to it was amazing because Pallid pretending to be Genmu, one, makes Kiriya sympathetic because he was telling the truth, and then the villains fucked him over, and two, it actually makes Pallid feel like a real threat instead of just like, I like puzzles.
Yeah, that was
It gives
actually a
him
really,
something-
really fucking cool moment when Pallid pulled kind of that bait and switch thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
It-
also, this was probably completely unintentional, but I thought it was really funny. It felt like how everyone was theorizing that Pallid was Gem. Like, when all the first scans came out, everyone's like, oh my god, Pallid's Gem, and then it turns out that Kuroto is Gem, and then
Pallid pretends to be Genom.
Yeah, this is a really... Like, that episode was really good all the way through.
Yeah, and it made his puzzle thing not, because he was like, if you take out one puzzle piece, fucks everything up, and it's like, okay, so now the puzzle thing isn't like just a quirk; it's an actual like character thing that he has that's kind of interesting. Right. Instead of him just playing his Game Boy off to the side doing nothing.
Yeah, he's been talking for every episode before this, like, we can't just go brute force, we have to have strategy, we have to think.
And then he does nothing.
Yeah, but he hasn't done anything, but here he demonstrates it in, like, a really effective way because of how it, like, turns everyone against Kiriya, and because it's trying so hard to make Kiriya so sympathetic, it really drives home that Pallid, like, this was a really strong power play on his part.
Yeah, like, I still don't love him, but I'm, like, excited for what he could do as a villain moving forward. Which is more than
attractive, I that's all I care about.
Okay, well, his pants ruin any part of that, so...
Shut up!
His pants are bad.
His pants are bad, yes, but also his face.
Also, his face
Fair
is
argument.
No! I said also his face as, like, kind of like the counterpoint to his pants. His pants are bad, but his face is good.
His face is dweeby.
Shut the hell up before I come over and murder you.
So, Kiriya, I think, is my favorite character.
Oh my god.
Just, episode 7 especially was my favorite episode of the show so far. It was just so good, and like I was surprised by how I felt about it at the end, because at the beginning of it I was like, ugh, Kiriya, he can't prove anything. Kiriya's being stupid. He's being a weirdo. What is going on here? But then by the end, I'm like, Kiriya, you badass. You cool guy. You get the feeling of him being alone and abandoned and nobody trusting him early on in the episode, and like nobody cares. They want to kick him out of the base when he brings in a bugster victim. They don't want to listen to anything he says. They don't even want to be around him. And because in the past he made the hard choice of telling the truth and he's regretted it ever since, now he looks at Emu, who's such an honest person, and he says to him, you know, you're so painfully honest that it hurts to watch you. But he likes Emu, but also he's anticipating that like something bad is going to happen to Emu if he continues on the way that he's going.
He just wants to be friends.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Emu is his like most important other character, the character that he's connected to, and I like how they both have pink hair in their rider suits.
I mean, his bike. His bike suit.
Oh, can we talk about how, like, what our opinions on his level 3 form?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we might as well.
I love it from the front. It looks so goofy from the side. It looks like his face is sticking out of like another face. And then he's got
Yeah,
this
it looks like he's got a mask on top of a helmet.
and I what I noticed, I'll post a picture of this after you post it, but I was looking at his eyes and there was a close up like of his face in Giri Giri Chambara. His eyes
Yeah.
look like they're made of like felt, like some kind of fabric. Like it's different from the visor type material that everyone else has, and it's weird to me. Like I love it. I love the whole thing. Don't get me wrong, but it's just weird that like he has like these like fabricy eyes. I don't know what it's made of, but it's different from everyone else.
His dick
We'll
is
take a look.
angry.
Oh yeah, his dick's mad at everybody, which that's what happens when you lie too much, I guess.
Happens
I
when
don't
you're
know where I
like-
was going with that joke, but I guess I'm just saying things. I really like the costume, like the level 3 costume as a whole. I think that the best part of it is
The angry dick.
his, not the angry dick, the big, like, fiery, angry eyebrows on him.
Yes.
I like the little crown thing that he has going on is like really cool, and it's a bit of a bummer that it doesn't transfer over to his other forms because it's specifically for this one.
What's up with those mohawk sickle pickaxe thingies? I don't
That's
get
the
it.
best weapon in the show.
They're
Oh my
not
god,
They're-
shut up. I actually really do love those.
I do too. They're really cool. I think that the only problem that I have with them is that so far in the 2 episodes that we've seen, we haven't really seen them used in a really cool way.
What?
Really, like when I think of like sickles, more than anything, I think of chain sickles, and I wish that they were chain sickles instead of just like 2 separate ones.
Bird sickles.
A beat I liked when he was fighting in episode 8 is when he just chucked one of the weapons out of frame like really hard, and I was like, is that prop okay? Like, who picked
Actually,
that up for him? What
That
did
was
they do?
no. That what was cool was that he threw it up and out of the frame. But what was supposed to be implied by it is that he threw it up. Did he like took out the gashat, put it into the other weapon, and grabbed it again out of the
I
air?
must have missed that.
They didn't show it, probably because maybe it wasn't in the budget, maybe it wasn't going right for one reason or another. But there was a catching sound when his arm was outstretched when he caught the other one, and there was like a bit of a bob to his arm when it happened. So it was implied. It didn't get shown very well, unfortunately, but yeah, I thought that was really cool.
All right. We have got to move on from Kiriya, but there's one last funny thing I want to point out.
His pants.
Emu... Huh?
His pants.
His shitty capris,
I
yeah.
hate
No.
them.
What I was going to point out is that Kiriya in level 2 is a bike. And
Yeah.
to level up, he either has to skip level 2, or what happens in episode 7, Emu has to do the henshin for Kiriya, because Kiriya doesn't have any arms.
That was so
Um,
fucking funny.
Also, there's there's the weird bits of like body horror, what with like the bike body and everything. But if you look at where Emu is sitting and where the belt is, it really looks like Emu is sitting on Kiriya's crotch.
No wonder the dick is so
Yeah.
angry.
Why would it be angry that Emma's on his dick?
Well, that's your
That's what
Personal
Kiriya
opinion.
wants.
Oh God.
He just
Someone
needs
tell
Emu to
me how-
open his heart. His bike heart.
Mage, talk about Taiga.
Alright. So, I like how you put in the notes for this episode, it's Taiga, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, because what the fuck is he doing?
He's being a petty bitch. That's what I think is what's happening.
Fucking... Taiga is such a fucking asshole. I understand what they're trying to do with his character. I think I understand how they're going to make him, like, relatable and nice in some way later on.
You're gonna have to explain that to me because I can't see it.
I think that what they're trying to do with his character is that he wants it so that nobody else has to be under the burden of being a Kamen Rider. I don't know where it's going exactly. There's probably a good thing regarding the surgery that they need to go through to actually become a Kamen Rider.
Yeah, that's a bizarre new plot element.
I think that's
Yeah,
just
they
for
kind
the
of
movie.
dropped that out of nowhere. No, I think that it is, in fact, probably very much part of the movie, but it is tied into...
That's gonna
I feel
bug
like
me.
it's going to be...
Ah.
It's going to... I think that the movie is going to be 100% canon, and there's nothing that we can do about it. The movie is canon.
I had
But...
the same sinking suspicion as the rest of you guys, but I just wanted to pretend it wasn't there.
No, as soon
No.
as they brought that shit up and I remembered that they mentioned a surgery in the trailer, I'm like, movie.
the movie is gonna be canon.
The dog,
I
and
didn't
it's
even
gonna be
think
canon
Pac-Man.
because it's
of that.
already...
And I'm so mad because now I'm realizing, oh yeah, it's totally gonna be in the movie, and it sucks because that should be in the show.
That's fair, and this is all still possible, but the only evidence to the contrary that I am clinging to desperately is the line in one of the previews where the doctor who operated on Emu when Emu was a kid says, "Oh, the kid I saved became a Kamen Rider?" And he's so surprised. He's like, "That's unusual. What a weird twist of fate that you became a Kamen Rider." And that, to me, makes it seem like that wasn't he didn't put the Kamen Rider stuff in during that surgery.
Yeah, like
I feel like that has to be it, though. I feel like the thing is that I know something, and this isn't something that is like in a scan or anything. It is basically just a rumor. It is a rumor that I've been hearing about, like, this specific bit of the movie that has to do with the plot of the show. And it sucks. It does suck that, like, a part of the show is going to be part of the movie, and we're going to have to wait for that shit for, like, at least until sometime next year.
episode
and that sucks.
30.
Yeah, at least.
We
still
still don't
waiting
have
on
the
that.
Ghost Summer movie. That's pissing me off.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that movie to help me understand what the fuck was going on.
Like,
in
we have,
Ghost.
like, the Mahach and whatever the fuck that weird song thing.
Don't. I'm gonna die.
Drive movies.
And the idea, I love the idea of like needing a surgery to become a Kamen Rider because it fits the themes of the show perfectly, obviously. But like
Kaizo Ningen Desu.
it's such a show, like it's such a show a thing, and they're bringing it back, and that's awesome. And I don't like, obviously they'll touch on it in the show, but I don't want like the main event to be in the movie, and then the show is like they have to give like a cliff notes.
Mood.
I also hope that's not what's going to happen. I think that what they're going to do is the same thing that they did with Ghost last season, which is they'll do basically what is going to be explained in the show, but do it in the movie, and then take away the power and then give it back, and stuff will happen.
But I hated that in Ghost.
I also hated that in Ghost, but this is where we are at now.
It feels like higher ups at Toei are like forcing every writer to do this instead of like it being a choice.
But this is all operating on the assumption that Emu has even had the surgery.
But he
at
hasn't.
the end of the episode, Dan heavily implies that Emu is the one person who hasn't had the surgery but can still become a Kamen Rider, just because I guess he's a straight up verified gamer boy already.
But, like, what if he doesn't know that he had the surgery? That's the thing.
Okay, I'm saying that's a fair theory. I just don't know if that's what the show is setting us up for.
Also, I have a question though about the continuity of this, because I'm assuming that Poppy and Hiro's dad would know about the surgery because they were around when like Taiga became a writer and Hiro became a writer. So like, why haven't they questioned Emu at all of like, hey, did you know that there's like this surgery that you have to do to become a Kamen Rider? Like, how are you doing this without that?
Either
That's probably
that's not a plot point yet, or they don't know about it at all.
that might be like
Like,
it's possible that they
did Hero just like get a surgery to become a Kamen Rider and not tell Poppy or his dad? Like,
I mean,
That sounds
Hero's
like
that
something
type of
Hero would do.
yeah. That
But-
seems like some of the douchebag behaviors he would use.
but it seems, but like, because it seemed like Poppy was like really surprised when Emu transformed in the first episode, so that could kind of be what she was thinking of. But then like they haven't brought it up because it's not in the plot yet, even though she should probably be asking about it.
I think that they were just waiting on it because, in this case, if the rumor that I heard is correct, this is going to be a spoiler for the next form that Emu gets. Not the one that's coming up in, like,
Next week.
2 days.
Wait, are you warning
Not
us
even-
that you're about to tell us a spoiler, or
No, I'm not telling you a spoiler. I'm just implying that it has something to do with the rider system and what happened to Emu years ago when they saved his life.
supposedly?
I think. Yeah, supposedly.
I don't know
I
a
don't
fucking thing, my guy. So
Yeah, I don't know what it is actually going to be yet. They haven't explained anything just yet. It's going to be in the movie. It's probably also going to be in the show. But, like, yeah, unfortunately, this... I don't know if it's actually unfortunately. It is annoying that we can't see the movie for a long while, but regardless of any of that, I am almost certain, especially because they're referencing it as a big plot point in the show already, in the first, like, string of things. If it was another movie entirely, like a summer movie or something, and they referenced it, I think that would be different, but seeing as it is a main plot point and the things that Taiga is doing are maybe in relation to that,
It's unlikely that it's just going to get explained in the movie, and that we're not going to know what's going on.
yeah, I feel like it's going to be making the movie canon, and everything
All right.
from that point on is how it's going to be. But
Can we get back to Taiga?
yeah, that's what I'm gonna get back to
Fucker
right
doesn't
now.
deserve
Taiga,
a Jetman reference.
doesn't deserve a Jetman Oh man, I was really excited when I saw that it was a Jetman reference, and like I heard the jingle before, and I was like, "Is that a Jetman reference? That sounds really familiar." And I was like, nah, probably not. I'm probably just imagining it, and no, it was
Fucking
definitely
confirmed.
one.
It uses like the same beats too. It's not even just like
Yeah.
the Jetto. It's the same.
all
Which is cool. I really like that a lot of the beats and whatnot of the jingle so far, if they are references to things in some small way, they'll really put it in there. Like, all of the references that have been made in the show so far have been not totally, like... they haven't been subtle, really. They've been pretty in your face. If you know the thing, then you'll know that it's a reference.
Yep.
And I think that's pretty cool. But the thing about Taiga... The problem with Taiga is
sucks.
that I think... Yeah, he sucks. I think that he's also trying to make it so that nobody else has to be a writer, so that he has to carry that burden on his own, because possibly having to deal with the writer system that is in them now
Well,
will do the same thing that it does for almost anybody else that has a system or something put into them, is that it takes away their humanity or something. I don't know.
but you're
the-
expecting that it's probably going to be similar to all the other times in Kamen Rider that this has happened.
Yeah, he's trying to take away the burden from for everybody else and
Not that he should.
shoulder. Not that he should, not that he's going the right way about it, not that he isn't being a huge asshole, and that's the problem with Taiga, is that he's being a huge asshole about it, because he's probably pretty sure that nobody else is going to just be like, okay, that's fine, we'll just lay down our arms and let you take care of it all on your own.
Taiga,
And
one rider is enough Hanaya, who thinks that he's not obligated to save anyone now, is probably not the best candidate for the only rider.
I'm having Kabuto flashbacks to when like Yagaruma was like, there can only be one rider, and we all know
It's
how
like,
that went.
no, that's not what's going to happen in this show at all.
No, he's already an edgy bitch.
the one thing that I do like about all the things that are happening here is that I feel like we're getting pretty close to him not being an asshole anymore, because
Well,
one way or another they need to have him stop being an asshole so they could play Monster Hunter together.
the thing about this episode is that, like, the last two episodes, we got Hiro's tragic backstory and Kiriya's tragic backstory. But in this one, we've kind of already vaguely hinted at or explained his tragic backstory. And in this one, it's not really about him at all, or at least not about him as a sympathetic character. It's just about him being a dick.
Yeah, it's just more of the same. Like, nothing was really revealed in this episode about him that could make him like either more interesting or more sympathetic. Like, it's just like he's got guns and a jetpack now. It's the big revelation.
Mage, what are you thinking?
I actually really like Taiga Hanaya as a character, but you guys don't, so it's like there's no point in sharing my opinion. So
What?
No,
Tell us.
that's not
You
true.
can tell-
Just say
yeah,
the
there's no-
things.
yeah.
We want to hear.
We want to hear all sides of this shit right here. If I don't like Taiga Hanaya, that doesn't mean that you can't like Taiga Hanaya, and also doesn't mean that I don't want to hear why you like Taiga Hanaya. I want to hear that shit all day. I want a different opinion on this.
Tell me why he's a worthy boy.
Well, yes, he's a dick. Yes, he's an asshole, and yes, he's a bitch. But what I really like about him is that he's not evil. Like, when I first saw the scans of him and heard that he had lost his license, I'm just like, this dude is going to be working with, like, the evil people, or he's going to be, like, evil himself, and he's not. He wants to defeat the Bugsters himself. It's like he wants to atone for the sins of 5 years ago of not being able to defeat Graphite when he could have. And he...
That's what makes him so interesting and so dangerous at the same time.
Yes, I don't think I like him as like a sympathetic character. I like him because he's so interesting to think about. Like, he's doing this to atone for the crimes that he had 5 years ago, but the way that he's going about it in his mind is, I have to collect all the gashats. I have to clear all the games. I have to be the one to fix this myself. And I said this when I was on the podcast. The first time I was on the podcast, that was what it felt like, and it still feels like that to me. So that is like enough to make me really like his character.
That's fair.
I agree. Yeah, I agree that it definitely does feel like that. And when I say that he wants to shoulder the burden of it, that's like a good part of what I mean about it. I feel like he is... Like, the big thing is that, yeah, he's absolutely not going about it in the right way. And they're making no bones about it that he's not doing it in the right way. And that he should be able to both rely and trust others to help him with this. It isn't just like a one-player game, it is co-op.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I am interested in where his character's going to go from here. And... that doesn't make me really like him as a person more. And when I say I don't like him, I mean I don't like him as a person because he's still a huge dickhead. He's not evil. He's just a dickhead. He's an anti-hero. He's kind of too much. He's too much.
He's
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yep.
He's Shadow the Hedgehog. Thanks. You both owe each other's colas, I guess.
We said that at the same time.
Oh, man.
That means Emu is Sonic.
What does that make Hero?
That
Tails.
makes Hero...
Knuckles.
No.
No, wait. No, he's
Knuckles.
Tails, and then Kiriya's Knuckles. I don't know shit about Sonic.
Alright, so
What?
who's
What
Amy?
Dan
A-
Dan is
uh,
Eggman.
Well, Poppy's Amy.
No, Poppy is Tails.
What?
Oh my god,
if-
okay, we're not getting... we're not going on a
No,
tangent
Poppy.
about
No,
Sonic.
he can't. Poppy can't be Tails because Kiriya has to be Tails because Kiriya takes fucking Emu all over the place, and that's what Tails does.
Welcome to the
No,
Hedgehog
Kiriya-
cast.
Kiriya is Rouge the Bat.
I have nothing to say to
He's always
that.
got his bat boobs
Imagining
out.
Kiriya in like Rouge the Bat's little like sexy one outfit. That is both
I
the
wish
worst
that-
and best mental image you've ever given me, Sean. Fuck you
No,
and thank you.
Somebody
Imagine the
draw
bike.
that shit.
Imagine the bike
Calm down.
wearing that somehow.
Oh boy.
Anyways.
Oh man.
So minor sidetrack to Kiriya here because he's my fave, but I like how he's like constantly insisting to other people that, you know, it's better. Basically, he implies that it's better to remain ignorant and that there are lies there to help people, and that the truth is dangerous, while meanwhile he is doggedly devoted to uncovering the truth himself.
Oh my god, my guy. That's like the theme. That's like in the theme song. It's or like the one that like I translated. It's I don't want to know about how cliche the world is, or how vapid. I don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss. Why? Now I realize I came too far. Like, oh my god. Oh my god.
That means that this show is secretly actually about Kiriya.
No, that's not what I'm getting at, but that's just like...
Rad, you fucking...
The bike was
No,
the
I'm not
main
saying
character
that-
the
I'm-
whole time.
Finally, the bike is getting the representation it deserves.
Kamen Rider Wheelie.
When are they finally gonna bring back that gag that they did that one time in Forza and just open an episode like last time on Kamen Rider Laser or something?
Oh my god,
that was
yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite gags in this whole fucking thing.
Yeah, when they said like Meteor that one time, I was like, what show? What am I watching?
It's pretty light-hearted for the episode after someone dies.
Is this the Berenstain universe? Or
Oh
the
yeah, I
Berenstein
forgot
universe?
about. I forgot that it was like after the episode where fucking
Gentaro died.
yeah.
Gentaro dies,
The
and
very
so they
next
just was
episode.
like, and so it's like, yeah, Meteor's the main character now.
What is this?
That's really good. I forgot about that.
Still one of my favorite moments.
But yeah, on Taiga, I really do think that he's gonna become more interesting really soon. I just, as things go, they need to wrap it up pretty soon because they do need to go ahead and do Monster Hunter pretty soon. That means they have to work together.
Yeah, like if this goes on into like the 20s, I'm not here for that. I can't. He's got room to grow now, but
I disagree, and I agree with you guys on a couple different points. I agree that I want more Taiga character development now. I disagree in that I think that he's plenty interesting already. But I also kind of disagree with you guys that I think he is a little bit evil. I mean, he did kind of hold a hostage.
He's a bitch. He's not evil.
Alright.
well, he's not like evil, but he has the capacity to do some like shit that a hero would never do, and he could grow out of that, which I'm guessing he will. But like at this point, I feel like he's more on the anti side of anti-hero.
I just want him to be
Yeah,
like,
he's-
like when he turns good, I just want him to be kind of like that shifty teammate where they never actually know if he's like gonna actually shoot someone.
Mhm.
I
That's
just want him to
my.
be a loser.
You want all of them to be a
I
loser.
want all of the
Yeah, well-
I want all of the characters to be losers.
Like
and
Hero's
want
already a
them to
loser. Kiriya's gonna be a loser soon because he just wants friends. Like Taiga's got to complete the circle. Dan's not a part of it. He's not in this club.
Alright.
Almost said club.
Kamen Rider Club.
All I'm really looking forward to, like, right now is the point in time where everybody becomes, like, a goofy joke. because like there's gonna be like it's not gonna be the Christmas episode, which is gonna be fun. The Christmas episode's gonna be fucking amazing.
I'm so ready for that shit.
Can't wait for Hero to be the Grinch.
Oh man, but the thing is that like, well, that's not gonna be the point where it happens. It might be for like Hero. Hero might become like a goof in that episode, and that's fine with me.
God,
but
I hope.
there is a point in most Kamen Rider shows where like every character becomes a goofy asshole and nobody like can take them seriously. It happened to Makoto. It happened to Makoto. It happened to fucking Alan. It'll happen to everybody else here, hopefully. I just hope that it becomes at a point where everybody is just kind of buds.
Yeah, that's what you know who I want to not be a goof all the time?
Who?
Hero's dad.
Yeah, you know what?
I know, and it's not. I'm not saying like I dislike the kind of humor that they're going for. Actually, like it's kind of like Drive, but it's not like as annoying to me as it was there. But it's
not like really bad humor. But I had so much hope for a serious scene being about to happen with Hero and his dad, and then it did.
That's what bothered me, and it was like I laughed. It was funny to just Hero be like walking out, but then it's like, then they have to like make a goofy joke about like him eating cake and like, oh, why doesn't my son like me? And it's like,
yeah, like when that scene started up, I was like, they're doing this, but then I was like, oh, it's a joke.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, not to constantly compare it to, like, other shows, but it just seems like for the past couple years, we've had this consistent thing of, like, a goofy older guy. Like, Ghost had Edith / Sage, and then Drive had the Chief, who I actually liked, surprisingly. And then Gaim had, like, I guess, Orin. But
Orin?
he's an older guy who's goofy.
I thought you were going to talk about either fucking Sagara or the fruit guy.
Oh, well, Sagara wasn't goofy. He was just disgusting and the worst character ever made. Anyways,
I thought Mitchie the Evil Head was the worst character.
Everyone in Gaim is the worst character ever made except Mai, Zack, and Kaito. Anyways.
I'm splitting hairs on what a character is intended to be and what they actually are.
But, like, and another thing that's kind of tied to Hero's dad that I was feeling with this episode is I feel like it was a missed opportunity to have this patient plot happen here with, like, these two story arcs with both Kiriya and Taiga, when I think it would have fit a lot better in an episode that was about Hero and his dad, because then you could parallel this girl and her father versus Hero and his dad, and, like, because, like, the problem with these episodes, like, a lot, like, the big problem with these episodes, for me anyway, was I don't feel like the patient plot was connected to either the Kiriya stuff in episode 7 or the Taiga stuff in episode 8, like, at all. It was
liked these episodes a lot, but the patient plot I didn't really care about at all. I was just like, let's get back to the Kiriya or Taiga business.
To be completely honest, I don't even remember most of the patient crap.
You know,
that's a problem because it's the main conceit of the show is that he's a doctor and he's dealing with these people.
Yeah.
It's a bummer for me to hear that from you guys, because I actually, of all of the patient plots so far, this was probably the best one.
Oh yeah,
and
probably was the best one, and it's not one I liked at all.
The problem is that I really did like this one a lot, and it'll probably go down as one of the more memorable ones for me. The first one, like the first episode of it, was weak. It was weak. There wasn't much for it there, but they moved it on to the second episode, which was a lot stronger as far as like all of that went.
Yeah.
And I got the motivation behind the weird old guy a lot better in the second episode, rather than him just being like, I'm grumpy, leave me alone, let me die.
Yeah, like...
Oh, I didn't know I was playing that guy.
That's dark.
Jokes about my
is.
depression and suicidal intentions. Yay!
No.
Oh God.
The thing is that in this episode we got a good idea for what the old guy was actually feeling, and it made his motivations for being so crotchety and not wanting to deal with his daughter, who he didn't really know how to deal with. Like, it made it make more sense. It still wasn't the greatest thing ever. It wasn't the best kind of, like, this is our person that we gotta save of the week that we've had in Kamen Rider, even in the past, like, year, because Ghost had really good ones.
Yeah.
It was still, like, as far as this went, the best one so far. I think that it was a pretty good story for, like, that kind of character and that kind of relationship between that character, his daughter, and the people that he works for. That worked for him, rather.
I guess. I don't know. I just thought he was a rude old man, being a jerk, lying for no reason.
Honestly, the one thing that I paid attention to was the fact that Asuna had like a cardigan, like a really cute soft yellow cardigan, and I really want it.
Yeah, I liked the scene of Asuna and the daughter like talking, but it's kind of like one of the ongoing things with this show that I'm wondering about is like I want them to flesh out Asuna / Poppy's character and like tell me which of the personalities is like more of her or how much of a mixture it is, because like she'll have these serious scenes that are good and then she'll have these goofy scenes that are good, but they don't like connect, and then I don't know how to like I love her obviously, but I don't know how to like fully I can't get like a handle on her character yet because they're just jumping from like one extreme to the other.
I don't know. I don't think this show has any intentions of going in very deep with that.
I really hope they do.
Well, I think that they will at some point. I hope that they do at some point. But
again, they're still getting out the toys of the first like quarter, so that takes priority.
We're almost done with that though, so that's good.
That's something that just bothers me about like what it feels like. It feels like every single episode is a new toy commercial, and like I freaking love Xaid, but like it just feels like a toy commercial, toy commercial, toy commercial. Okay, we get it. Let me breathe.
Yeah, this is probably the worst of the toy commercial syndromes that we've had in a very long time.
What parent in Japan has the money to buy all of these for their kids?
I think what they're hoping is that like you love one character so much that you buy all of their crap. But like what pisses me off, because I've been looking to cosplay a female version of Kiriya. And so I looked up how to get where to buy the Baxo bike Gashot, and I have to buy the Kimiwaza slot holder because that comes with Baxo bike. And then I have to get the gamer driver, which comes with the Gashot that I don't want to use. So like I have to spend like $100 fuck all dollars so I can get.
Yeah. The downside with this season is because all of the gashats are like they have 98% of the electronics in the gashats already. Like, the gashats and the driver are fucking expensive. The gashats by themselves are fucking expensive.
Like, I think Cattle Quest is like $16.
Like, yeah.
Too much.
It's just like, it's gross. It's hard to really justify getting it this season, and like because I'm saving up on money, I can't get one. At least not until like things like settle down. Maybe I get like a nice big paycheck that I can actually spend things on. But like I want to go as like Emu at some point. And a gamer driver is fucking real. It's so expensive right now. It's like the places where I was checking out for it is still like $100 something, like $180 something for the Gamer Driver.
180.
I found
Yeah.
a site. I found a site that sells it like directly from Japan, and I converted it from yen to dollars, and it was like $60 something or 70 something.
Well,
But that
dang.
was like, it was like for an entire pack too. It was like the Gamer Driver, the Kimiwaza slot holder, Mighty Action X, and Baxo bike. But like, fucking still, like, even when I told Mom about it, she's like, "Can we just make it out of a Pop-Tart box?" And I'm like, if there were
That
so
sounds
many
more
parts.
I'm surprised to hear this from all you guys because I haven't really been feeling it, but that's a normal thing with me. I don't usually feel the same like toy pressure that everybody else does when they watch a toy-heavy show.
Oh
like,
no,
at
I
all.
usually don't either. I just really want to cosplay as Kiriya.
Well, I mean,
I think-
I never feel it at all about anything.
Well, I love all the toy stuff. Like I love toy heavy stuff because I just think they're fun and goofy. Like I loved it in Ghost when he was getting like Billy the Kid and Beethoven every single episode at the start. But like
I have
here,
the Billy the Kid icon right here, actually.
nice.
Yeah, I got my I got my Goemon right here.
Yeah, but like
I
with
want Goemon.
with X-Aid, it's like the toy stuff for the first time, at least for me, that I've like been watching one of these shows. It's starting to genuinely feel like the amount of toys that they have is getting in the way of like plot and character development in certain areas. Not that there's none of that,
Yeah.
but like I didn't feel this way with Go. Like I know a lot of people when Go started were like there are too many toys, but I thought like everyone was still getting good like scenes and stuff, and then with this like I'm kind of wondering like maybe if they didn't have to sell so many toys, maybe we could have a better chance of getting like a scene with Hero and his dad, or a scene with like Poppy talking about what her deal is.
It is the like unfortunate implication of how much toys that they're selling, and I don't have very deep opinions on this. I'm sorry. I'm just sitting over here communing with Goemon.
I do like feel this, and I've been saying it for a little bit now, that like it feels like the show is being held down by the fact that for the past fucking not, it's gonna be 9 episodes coming up pretty soon, because like the next episode also has that, and the next episode after that also has that, because I'm pretty sure that the
Dragonite Hunter Z.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that is going to also be a 2-parter. So it's going to be a 2-parter about the specific Gash Hat toy.
Considering in episode 7, Graphite starts off his scene being like Honore Kamen Rider Brave because he got his ass kicked by Brave episode 6.
Main
I'm
character
surprised
status.
that like he's putting in the Dragonite toy in himself, and Emu's gonna be getting that. Even though Hero is
Emu just
even
rips
though
it out of
Hero
him.
is getting the Honore Kamen Rider treatment.
I think that, like, it'll come down to, like... Well, actually, no. Brave didn't just get that. He didn't even say on any... he didn't even say, like, it for Brave specifically. Like, he was definitely feeling it towards Brave specifically, but...
Right.
Like...
It was definitely heavily implied, is all I'm saying. I'm not saying he specifically said that.
But, like, he just fucking hates the Kamen Riders. I'm looking forward to...
I just think it's funny that both Taiga and Hero have more connections to Graphite being their rival than Emu does.
Yeah, Emu does... Like, the problem that I have with Emu at this point in the show is that, while he is the glue that is keeping everything together, it feels like so much of the show is just not about him. Like, it is around him. Like, everything has to do with him in some sort of way because he's there. But, like, villain motivation doesn't seem to be about him. He doesn't have any deep connection to any of the villains. He doesn't seem to really take on the villains head on most of the time. He is definitely the main character, but it feels like he isn't getting as much screen time, and no, he's getting a lot of screen time. He isn't getting as much focus as I would like.
I think that
him
what it
to.
is that like Dan is more set up to be his like direct enemy, but that's not it. What I want to say is that Emu is sort of being brought in as our like point of view, relatable character who is coming into this situation that he's not native to, while meanwhile the other characters who already have their like backstories like connected to this situation directly seem like they have more reason to be involved in the plot than our point of view character, our everyman.
Yeah, and like with the surgery reveal, like I think it's gonna start leaning more towards him. So
Yeah, I can see that.
Like,
I
hope
can
so.
understand.
No, but I get where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I also think. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say that I do feel like that makes sense, that like he is supposed to be our everyman that we use to like get ourselves into the situation, but like yeah, because of that position that he's in, it feels like so much of the story so far is out of his control and also out of his scope, which is a bit weird to have your main character feel as out of the loop as he is.
Mage, do you think that Emu is relatable?
Relatable, yes. I feel like he's the audience surrogate character, and the problem with me and audience surrogate characters is that I either A, don't have very strong opinions about them, or B, I hate them. But with M, like his personality, I love his personality. He's such a sweet boy, and I cry, and he's really pretty. Shut up.
Sorry, I can't help it.
I like pretty boys. Shut the hell up.
No judgment.
But like, if he, while I do like how it's like he's the foreigner thrust into this world, I just really don't have a very strong opinion about him and like the story. Like, his job is to save the patients, and I think that's like I think that's his biggest thing. It's like, since he doesn't really know the bugsters or Zero Day that well, he's more concerned about, okay, I need to save the patient. I need to save them and make them happy.
Mm-hmm. And I think that there's a part of that that's like, it's genuinely good to like have that focus more on saving people than on all of this drama.
Yeah, it's like Emma's just like, I don't even speak to me if you're getting this hashtag drama. Just let me save the patient and let me move on.
He's the hero because he cares about what's actually important.
Yeah. There was one line that bothered me though, and I'm not like holding it against Emu or even the show really, but like there was that line where he said to Poppy,
if the patient isn't happy, then, or the patient can be alive, but what's the point if he's not happy? And you're just like, he'll be alive.
I get that it's like a Toku thing to be like, we have to protect the people's smiles, and that's good and wholesome and sweet, but when you're a doctor, like, you know, I mean, that's like secondary, that's not primary. Like, if a lot of people are going to be sad after surgeries and accidents, and I know he doesn't mean like literally, but just saying
that shouldn't
like
be a doctor's first priority. He's kind of got his first and second priority mixed up a little, and that's a little weird.
Yeah, it seems like he's being like too naive.
Were you clicking your gashot earlier?
Yeah, I was. Sorry.
it
I will
seems
I was
stop.
really tempted to do it too.
like
It's really hard not to.
he's being naive, but I don't know like which side the show is on to where like oh he's gonna learn that sometimes he's got to make the tough decisions even if it'll like make the patient upset but it'll save them versus no it's always important to make sure that the patient is happy because that's the most important thing and it's like
Well,
This
there
that's
is,
not
to an
it.
extent, to an extent, it is the most important thing that the patient is happy with their care rather than
No,
just.
I mean like, but the way he was phrasing it was like, if
It is,
he's not happy, what's the point of saving him? And it's like,
yeah,
He'll
yeah,
be alive.
right.
the problem with this is that their emotions are directly connected to their well-being.
Right, so
in
it does
this
kind
case.
of mix things up, but
So
um,
it does kind of make
but
his point
That's
like
fair.
stand, at least as far as this goes.
It's
But I
just
feel
it's
like that's
just a
kind of
weird
reaching
line.
because Emu's point. It doesn't seem to me when he makes those statement. I don't think his point is that well, we need to take care of his psychological condition too because we gotta work on his vulnerability to the bugsters. It doesn't read like that. It reads more like he's just genuinely concerned.
Yeah, like it comes off like this is how he feels about every patient, and that's
And
like that's not
I
a
don't know if that's
healthy.
intentional or not.
Like I don't know either. I don't know where the show stands on it, but like the way I'm reading it, it just feels like a really unhealthy way to go about being a doctor. Because then, one day it's like when he can't, deal with like make a patient feel better, or like how is that going to affect him and how he does his job?
Yeah,
Like
I
when
just
he's
don't
not
know.
being a common writer.
'Cause
Like
he's
it's a
still
weird.
he's still definitely 100% devoted to saving their lives though. So that's why I don't have I don't really have a real problem
Yeah,
with
he's
this.
not like a
But,
horrible doctor. It's just like I mean he's a pediatrician, so
yeah.
it's just
not
weird.
it's not really a problem with the show or a problem with Emu. It's just a weird little thing.
It's like it's walking a fine line, and I feel like if they go too far
Yeah,
in
it could become
one direction,
a minor
like
problem.
it might bug me because there's been a lot of things in this show where it's like they're talking about like what doctors are, and it's like I don't know if this is like what
I don't have
doctors
super
should
strong.
be.
I don't know. I don't really have super strong feelings on what doctors should be, but I think that they should be something.
Well, I mean, it's like if the show's gonna make it its main theme, like then don't I don't know. It's like I just don't want it to be like Drive, where it's like this is what a cop is. Blah.
They're definitely getting into the doctor thing, and they're doing better than Drag so far.
Yeah, well, it's not hard.
Mage, what do you think?
I did kind of think that was some weird wording, although part of me really hopes that it was kind of just translation errors or some weird translation-y shit. Well, though it probably wasn't. But how I think that they were phrasing that was that M is idealistic. Since
Absolutely.
M was not only a pediatrician, but he's an intern, he hasn't had as much exposure as someone like Hero or Taiga has. So he's the idealistic, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed hero, and then like his like the ones who have been in here for longer have seen the shit go down the drain. Hero has lost Saki, Taiga lost his medical license when he lost against Graphite, Kiriya lost his friend. Dad's just a bitch, but
Yeah. So Emu hasn't lost anything.
Yeah, I feel like M has not really lost anything. And he still has, like, that ideal of, like, that doctor who saved him and gave him the Wonder Swan. I, like, he still thinks that, like, I can be like that. If I can be sympathetic and make my patients feel better, then it'll all be okay, because I was okay, and then his senpais are just like, yeah, welcome to the real world, bitch.
Yeah. Do you think that he is gonna lose something, or that his character is gonna change?
As far as his character, I can see them doing an episode arc where M can't make the patient feel better, or like he has to like put that on the back burner, and I feel like it might affect him a bit, but by the end of the episode he will have learned I can't always make them happy. I can't always make them comfortable, but as long as they're alive, then it's okay.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what I feel.
that's where I'm like hoping they go with it, because I feel like I
I can
don't
see it happening.
like I don't want them to go too far into the idea of like happiness is the most important thing, because then like that could get like into a weird like
Right.
Right. Self-worth thing that like if you're not happy, it's like
It
I don't
gets
know.
into the weirdness spiral of being.
Yeah, and then
of
I don't
when a show is just being a little too upbeat.
yeah, and I don't want it to go into the other direction where it's like Emu's an idiot because he has feelings and emotions. We need to break him down and crush his soul and teach him about how real life works, because fuck, life sucks and you gotta deal with it. Suck it up,
Yeah.
7-year-olds watching.
Okay, Urobuchi-san, calm down.
That's
Yeah,
why I was
we already
channeling.
got that in. Yeah, we already got that. I don't need it again.
I was worried about the potential for that happening early on. But
If they're
so
gonna
far,
do it, do it like Kuga did it, because Kuga did that well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Porcupine
Where,
Grongi.
Things work out, but they take their emotional toll.
Yeah. So those are my long drawn out feelings about one line of dialogue.
Don't worry about it. It's important.
Yeah, that was actually a really good conversation.
It's vital to the thematic core of this show.
That's
No.
what I'm here for. I'm here for the themes, and then the pickaxes that become an arrow.
And then the
Okay,
butts and faces.
did you say to fuck them, or?
No.
No.
I'm here for the fucking pickaxes that become an. It was for emphasis, not. Sexual
Okay,
desire.
I did not hear the ing at the end.
No, I'm not. I'm not Dan.
There's no. There, like.
Rob can't be on an
Not
episode of this
Dan?
podcast without us discovering another one of their kinks.
No, it's different from the cream puff, and the cream puff thing was not even. Also, bad thing about these episodes, Hiro didn't eat a cream puff.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's talk about Dan since you brought him up, because I think he is like
Dan the fuck man.
He didn't eat a cream puff either.
Shut.
he says some important stuff right at the end that could say some like really dramatic stuff about what the plot is and where it's going, or he's just lying, where he's saying that the reason he's doing all this is because he wants to understand the bugsters just like Kiriya does.
I feel.
I think that I feel like in this case, and like I could be completely wrong, but I feel like in this case he's giving Kiriya doses of his own medicine and lying through his fucking teeth.
Aha! Now how do you feel about being lied to?
I feel like the surgery idea is like way too good to lie about, though. Like
No, not that part. That part's probably completely true.
Oh, okay.
The part that is not, that is probably a lie, is that he wants to like find out why the bugsters are
Oh
there.
yeah, he's
in the
lying through
first
his
place.
teeth with that.
Yeah, he's a fucking liar.
I don't know.
Which brings up the question, why did they develop the gamer driver in the first place if he's lying about that?
More importantly, why is he actively giving them the tools to fight the bugsters? We talked about this before. What is their plan? They're actively working towards making the writers happen. So why?
Working against themselves, and that could either be like really interesting or it could be a huge plot hole because they had to get the show rolling and they couldn't think of a better way to introduce the toys.
I'm not so sure, but I feel like that there is definitely something in here that is like too tantalizing to just be a red herring, where Dan doesn't fully understand what he's messing with, but these personalities like Parrot and Graphite have like been born from it. He wants to understand what's going on here, and maybe it's not for a good reason. Maybe he wants to understand them, but not necessarily to save mankind, but rather to put himself on top.
Also-
Something that interesting that Pallet said though about like the thing is that if you keep using the proto gashat, it will ruin you. And so I wonder if the reason that Dan is using the proto gashats but nobody else is because the proto gashats will like legitimately try to kill you, like if you use it too much.
I think it's
That-
already
It might
ruined
also-
him.
That definitely
He's a mess.
throws a weird wrench into him as the other writer's enemies, if it's the case that, these are dangerous and he's using them, but he's giving them the safe ones.
Well, no, because it was the prototype that caused the bugster to appear in the first place, and so he like fine tunes it, and he's just like, all right, now this won't actually like try to murder you when you use it. But like he was just like, well, I can't let them suspect that I'm the Dark Xaid, so I gotta Henshin using these stuff, even though I know it will kill me.
Shadow the Xaid.
I'm not so sure about that.
Dark Xaid, show me the plot that makes sense.
They will probably get to that soon, but like as of right now, like we again regarding the villains, we know so very precious little about them. Like their side of the story is like expanding so slowly that we still don't know what the fuck they're trying to do. The only thing that I do know is that fucking Graphite is gonna die in like 2 episodes, and I'm sad about
The
it.
new Black
No.
We're
Mirror.
about to
he's
lose a very
not.
hot monster.
He's gonna be
No,
fine.
He's too
Graphite
hot
is
to
gonna die.
It's
No,
gonna
everybody
be
needs to get your dicks
fine.
out preemptively for Graphite.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Dicks out for Graphite.
No.
Yes.
He's gonna be. Listen,
Graph-
he's so much better than Dan and Pat.
He is, but he's gonna die because, first of all, he is trying too hard to be a supervillain.
No.
He is going against everyone's plans because he wants to take over the world.
Shush.
He also has the gashat in him right now that is based on the game that he is sort of from, because he is a Monster Hunter type character, and also they're getting a Monster Hunter form in 2 episodes, and he's gonna fucking die.
Okay, well, if they kill Graphite off, here's what this show needs to do immediately after. Introduce a cool lady villain with a cool monster form, because I can't deal with Pallid and Dan on their own goofing it up at Genmu headquarters, playing on their Game Boys with Dan's like weird shit on his desk. I can't do it. I can't. I need Graphite there to be beautiful and to transform into some. I can't do it. He
If
can't.
Taiga is Shadow the Hedgehog, does that make Graphite Jet the Hawk?
We're
Nobody
over.
knows
We
who
went
Jet the
over
Hawk
this.
is.
I'm sorry.
Nobody
Continue
knows
without me.
what Sonic. Nobody knows what that Sonic game is. No, fuck off.
Sonic what?
Free
Sonic
Riders?
Sonic Air ride. Sonic run skateboards
Wasn't that
now.
Xbox Connect game?
There was
version of it
one that
was.
was an Xbox Connect game, but there's like 2 other games in the series.
Which one is Charmy B?
The B one.
We don't know.
Which one's the hedgehog?
No, I'm saying which writer is Charmy B, goddammit.
we
fucking,
don't. There's not enough people.
There's not enough
We
writers
don't-
at this
I don't know
point.
anything about Sonic lore.
Fuck you.
He's blue.
Really,
That's as much as I
Charmy
know.
the Bee is Parad.
Oh my god.
No.
I know Charmy the Bee doesn't wear those awful pants and play puzzle games.
What are we just saying?
No, all I'm thinking about is that Pallet is Big the Cat, and I hate that mental image you put in my head.
Oh, good.
Froggy.
Then who's Froggy?
Wait, does that make Graphite Froggy then?
Alright.
This
alright,
is stupid.
we are
This is
done.
the worst.
We're done
Weird.
with this Sonic the Hedgehog comparison. Graphite can't die, okay?
This all happened because we called Taiga Shadow the Hedgehog at the same time,
Damn it.
Rob.
No,
Just own up
shush.
to it. It's your damn fault.
No, it can't. It was fine when Phoenix died because Medusa was still there and she was cool. All right, Dan and Pallid aren't cool.
For the
But they're
record,
hot.
fucking Phoenix never died. He's just chilling in the sun right now.
I can't. Okay,
Constantly
all right.
dying over and over again for the rest of his life.
You
I
know.
wouldn't be fucking chilling.
You know what I mean. He's-
Alright, but
I need
Why
Heisei
When-
Generations, I am legitimately looking forward to seeing Haruto and his beautiful face again.
Oh, yeah.
When are Phoenix and Cars gonna meet up?
At some point.
Or will
This
they
is-
both like drifted past each other and both of them have ceased to think and they don't even know that they've had company out in space?
That's what we really need is a fucking writer show that's JoJo based.
Oh god.
Dio. That's all I know about JoJo.
Kamen Rider Dio.
Kamen Rider, God damn. Why does everybody know about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I don't know what the fuck that thing's deal
I know,
is. Like,
Well,
what the
then
fuck
what?
is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure about even?
Rob
What the
doesn't
fuck?
know.
It's about killing your brother that's a vampire and then doing it again and then doing it again.
All I know
And
is that
then-
Dio.
That's only
exists.
1/8 of what it's about.
That's what's pissing me off about this. Is like everybody knows so much shit about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and everyone's making their own fucking stance. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is a JoJo?
There's an easy way to fix that. You could,
JoJo's are
watch
people-
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
JoJo's are characters whose names
Do you know how
can
many
be reduced to the nickname JoJo, and they happen to be the main character.
It's
I'm
4
gonna kill
seasons.
all of
It's
you.
really easy.
There's so much shit that I need to get through, and I have like ADHD so badly when I try to sit down and finish stuff. And like, I'm sure I'd like it if I actually watched it, but like, what the fuck? Why does everybody else have to watch it before me? Like, what the fuck?
Just do it. Just do it though.
Red.
No! Like, this is like what's like building up. Like, people will like something so much that I like get a resentment towards it. Like, it happened in Persona 3. Like, when everyone like kept talking shit about Persona 4 and everyone started praising Persona 3, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not gonna play Persona 3 then. How about that? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And like, honestly, like with how much like shit everyone's talking about JoJo, and like I understand why people are talking about JoJo shit so much because it was like so bad and it's so horrible and everything. But like everyone's talking about so much shit JoJo, and like I'm like honestly like thinking about dropping like one of the Super Sentai shows that I'm watching that people like. Like I'm thinking about dropping Go Sage or Go
Right.
Catcher because like everyone loves those so much, and it's like, okay, I get it, they're so great. You suck this dick. I don't care. I have
You good?
You're right.
I'm sorry. Just.
You don't need to watch JoJo or play Persona 3. It's not a big deal.
You good?
We just won't make JoJo references on the podcast anymore.
I
No,
literally know
like,
nothing
I don't
about
want to
JoJo.
like prevent you guys from having fun because I'm a bitch who doesn't like things. Like just
JoJo's
like
not all that
backwards.
relevant to this show anyways.
Yeah, it's not.
You think
I'm
this
not
is the
sure where that
Dio
even
cast?
came from. I'm not even sure where that came from. That just like exploded out from the deep dark part of
The
me.
heart came from the heart.
Well, it has to
Hated
come
that
from the
Bleach
heart that I don't
chapter.
use. The black heart. Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts is light.
Kingdom Hearts
This
is
is-
a game like Xade. That's a
This is-
segue.
This has gotten so out of hand.
Kingdom Hearts'
I mean, if
plot
you-
is easy
you-
to understand. Here it is in 400 individual parts.
Exactly.
But
I have played every Kingdom Hearts game, and even I don't understand this story.
I don't think anybody really does. Like,
Mickey Mouse is in it. That's all I care about.
The most fucked up thing happened when they interviewed the creator on Kingdom Hearts 3, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this will conclude the Xehanort saga, and then from there we can move on to a new trilogy of Kingdom Hearts games."
No.
It's like, what? What?
when did the first game come out? In fucking 2002, I think?
I remember when that game first came out. It was it was an odd time for liking
It
games.
was. It was. But the point is that we're gonna talk about Kingdom Hearts more later on. Not in this episode, but in episodes later. Because
Oh
it's
god,
gonna-
is my rant gonna stay in?
Does
It's
anyone
going to-
actually have anything else to say about Kamen Rider X-Aid?
I think that these episodes are really good. They were the best episodes that we've had so far in the season, and I'm hoping that they keep up this trend of good-ass episodes.
Nate,
I
your general
agree.
thoughts.
I really did like these 2 episodes. I agree with Rod. I hope that they continue to be really good, and I'm going to Facebook Palette, and no one can stop me.
Rob, your thoughts.
I mean, Hero didn't need a cream puff.
Get over your
Pretty-
fucking cream puff fetish.
Pretty bad episodes, in my opinion.
It's
'cause
all
that didn't
downhill
happen.
from episode 6.
Why?
Honestly, thinking of dropping it.
Why
no,
do you like this?
They probably were the best episodes so far. I really enjoyed them. They made me like Kiriya, which 2 weeks ago wasn't possible. And
Inevitably, Hero's gonna get another Focus episode where he eats something else in a funny way.
I cannot wait.
That's gonna be the Christmas episode. The Christmas cakes are the thing to do, so he's gonna have a Christmas
that's really
cake.
obvious.
But I just want. I guess my final statement is I want Emu and Kiriya to hold hands, and then that's it.
Well,
That's pure.
it might happen at some point, but not until they play Monster Hunter together.
Listen,
And
if
that's
he
gonna...
if he can ride him, he can hold his damn hand. All right. Romance
Listen,
isn't
you
dead.
have to take proper steps to the Ludus fucking maneuver. And I can talk
Oh.
real good.
This podcast has gone down the drain.
It's never been not in
the
the
drain of goodness.
It went down even further when I ended up having my weird exposited rant.
I can cut out the Kingdom Hearts part if nobody wants that in.
No, we're
no
going to
editing.
keep all of this.
We're
Keep
keeping
that.
everything in.
Yes.
No edits, we die like men.
Alright, everyone plug their stuff. Rad first.
I have a Patreon now for my YouTube channel, and I also have a YouTube channel. You can go to Rad Plays on YouTube, and I play a bunch of video games.
By following
all
the
the-
link below.
Yeah. Also, because of the Patreon, if you put into that makes my life a whole lot better because I'll be able to make this closer to a full-time thing, where I can make good content for a bunch of people. And it also helped me move forward in my life in a good way. So check that out. Maybe give me some dollars every month, and it'd be good for you.
It's healthy.
And also check out my Tumblr because I'm very funny.
He is.
Okay, plug your stuff, Rob.
Just check out my blog, ultramanginga.tumblr.com. There's good stuff and live blogs, and also my own podcast, the Super Really Good Podcast, where you just go to my blog and search up the tag podcast space tag, and you'll find it. We're gonna have the third episode out soon. If we don't,
Soon TM.
well, every time we try to record, we get technical difficulties and internet problems out the ass. So, but
But
Next
it's still
time-
super really good, right? You
It's
guys
still
wouldn't
super-
lie about that.
it's still super really good, and the third episode will hopefully not be 3 hours long like the other two. We're going to be talking about Murder, She Wrote and Moana, so it's going to be great.
As for my shit, you can go. I have multiple blogs. First of all, mageofeternalkaiju.tumblr.com for my personal, and if you want to see me review movies in a way that is actually for therapy, go to antianxietymoviereviews.tumblr.com. On my YouTube, it's cute as a button 56. That's cute with a K. As a button 56. I post shit on there, and I also have a cover album coming out, Cover Your Mouth. That will come out, I don't know, sometime in 2017. It's definitely not coming out in December, like I said it was. And I also have a Patreon, which is linked in my YouTube and on my Tumblr. So if you could check that out and throw a couple of dollars my way, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Support all the good artists and video makers and all sorts of stuff that you can. especially us, because we deserve it. Because we're great.
Yeah, don't give me money. Give them money.
So hey, besides doing the gashacast, I actually have some other things to plug. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking to get us on iTunes now. Now that we have
Wait, what?
some episodes,
You're
I'm
making it
actually going to
big?
try now. Hopefully it'll work out, and when it does, I'll make a big post about it, and then I want everyone to reblog it and to leave good reviews and likes and stuff, so that we can maybe get a little buzz and stuff, and more people can come and talk to us about the X8.
I'm shook.
I have tentative plans that might work out for launching a Star Wars podcast in the next month.
I'm not going to be part of that because I don't. Well, maybe I will be.
Maybe
I know some stuff about Star Wars, but not enough.
I will watch Star Wars to specifically be on it.
Thank you.
I've seen The Force Awakens. That's it.
Oh, that's
Same.
interesting.
Well, I think I've seen the last 3, but all I remember is the Planet of the Ewoks.
I'll make all of you
Someone
watch
tried to
all
flirt
of the Jar
with
Jar
me by
episodes.
someone tried to flirt with me by like saying that like the Ewok planet was in episode 6, and like I was just like, oh yeah, okay, and I didn't know he was flirting with me because I'm autistic and I can't get those signals sometimes, and so like as soon as we got into a car with my friend, I'm just like, it was actually episode 5, and she was just like, Mage, what the fuck?
Mate.
Good job.
Mate. Anyways, I'm gonna say 2 things. First off, that no matter what, that guy was still doing a piss poor job of hitting on you by talking to you about Ewoks of all things.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's a shitty attempt at flirting.
Hey, babe, you heard about Darth Maul?
He was just like, oh yeah, like Darth Vader was like actually like a really good character. Like you need to watch the prologue, and I'm just like, and I remember because sometimes I have no brain to mouth filter. I'm like, oh, I've never seen the prologue, and I never will. All I know is that Anakin talks about getting sand in his dick.
Yeah, that's exactly how that went.
Rough and coarse, and it gets everywhere.
It gets right into your peel.
I much prefer his other dramatic sand talk where he's like, the desert is merciless. It'll take everything from you. It's like, okay, Anakin, calm down. You're talking to a 14-year-old girl. Jesus Christ, you don't need to be telling her those things.
It gets everywhere.
Who decided to make you a Jedi Master? Anyways, that's not important to this podcast. That's important to another podcast. Hey, Rad, sign us out.
Yeah? Huh?
Do the
What was
thing!
that? Oh, what? Oh, right. Good podcast.
Good podcast, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Fucking alright podcast. We did it.
It was good until I lost my mind.
It was Daijo Boo.
It was all good. Alright, everyone can stop recording now.